Today I am at Polestar here in the Netherlands for an important new car, and I've even enlisted their press officer to give us a little peek on what they have here. Hey Willemijn, what do you have for us here?
Hi, welcome to base. So here we have a first look at the Polestar 5, our new GT, our Grand Tourer. The Performance Edition. It's a pre-production model still, but this can be expected on the roads as of spring next year.
Is this a halo car or is this a showcase platform with everything that you guys have?
Hopefully both, but I think it's clear to say that this is the true definition of what we see as the future of our brand. It's our top model. It's everything we want to do in terms of design, performance and sustainability.
Cool, we're gonna have a look. So the Polestar 5 then, what do we make of this? We have a short time with the car, so it's not a full in-depth review, but let's say a first get to know each other. First things first, this is the performance version, as Polestar so kindly puts on the side of the car. 112 kilowatt hour battery with 650 kilowatts of power. So that is pretty crazy once it will hit the road. I'm definitely looking forward to the test drive. First thing you notice as well is that there's a charger in the front here rather than in the rear. So that's a bit of a departure for Polestar. They've done that because of course it's a very low and sleek car, and the rear passengers also need some space. And if you move the charger to the front, you can move the whole charging infrastructure there and it doesn't eat up as much space here in the rear. So that's nice. 22-inch rims on this car, which is a lot, but it looks pretty good, I think, especially with those orange performance Brembo brake calipers. That's really nice. And overall the car is very sleek and elegant, as you can see. More than 5 meters long, pushing 2 meters wide as well. And for this kind of car you got to think Porsche Panamera, Porsche Taycan, Audi A7, Mercedes EQS, but also for example that Zeekr 001 that we drove recently. That's the kind of car we're talking about. Here in the rear, there is no rear window, despite the shininess over here. The whole car is very shiny in this piano black spec, by the way, which looks really nice, but is quite the fingerprint magnet. No rear window. Instead, we have the camera system that we know from Polestar. And while we're here, we will open the boot right away as well. It is a Grand Tourer, so you need to be able to take you and your mistress luggage with you. No problem there. Even though you're not going to go on a full ski holiday, because obviously the shape and the size of the car does not dictate a large boot, but it is very usable here for a bunch of suitcases, and there's even some space underneath here for extra storage. So all is well there. Overall, I quite like this design. It is very elegant and very sleek. Inside it's super modern, as we'll see in a bit. And yeah, this is a car that has presence, road presence, and that is really well done. One thing I personally really like is how the bonnet sort of slopes down. That gives it a very sort of sports car sleek profile, especially here from the front. I think that looks pretty menacing, especially in this black. While we are at the front, also a look under here, we have a huge frunk. Don't know exactly how many liters, but very big, and that is nice because with the charger here in the front, remember, you don't want to walk all the way around the car to put your cable back. You want to have that nice and out of the way up here. So that's great. It is one big hole though, so no organization or anything inside, but it is very handy and useful. The first thing I noticed getting into this specific version is the blackness in here, and I'm also dressed in black, so apologies for the overwhelming blackness of this video. But it is a very nice and high quality cabin to be. Which is necessary because this version as it sits here is about 150 grand here in the Netherlands in euros. So that is a lot of money, and for that you do expect some luxury. Luxury you get, this car has basically all the toys that Polestar has, all the option packages ticked, because of course this is the demo model. And it is a really, really nice place to be. First thing when I sat down that I noticed was the big screen in the middle that is orientated like you're holding your smartphone. And I think that is on purpose because it feels very familiar right away. And of course the screen is used to control basically anything and everything about the car. The second thing that I noticed was the feeling of space in here. It is a big car, of course, but you're low to the ground and sort of cocooned in with a relatively high dash, and also the center console is quite high. But it does feel spacious in here, even for somebody my size, thanks to the enormous panoramic roof, which Polestar says is the biggest one they've ever produced. That's good, because with this amount of black, you need all the light you can get. And also for the people in the rear, because there's no rear window, you need a lot of extra light coming in to not feel claustrophobic. So that's good. What's not so good is the extensive use of piano black in here. It's a bit disappointing, I have to say. I was hoping we would move away from that material, but Polestar has almost doubled down on it. So there's an enormous slab of it here in places that you'll constantly be touching. There is on the door around the window controls, it's here on the steering wheel, and even the stalks behind the steering wheel are full shiny piano black. So that is not so nice. That's going to require so much wiping fingerprints off. It's really, you need several microfiber towels in this car in order to keep everything fingerprint free. So that is too bad. I rather would have seen some other materials there. But it is all very high quality, from the Bowers & Wilkins stereo system to the materials on the dash. There's also a lot of eco-friendliness and sustainable materials going on. Polestar is really committed to making cars as sustainable as possible, recycling what's possible, and also building it in such a way that it can be recycled again later. So that is definitely commendable. And yeah, sitting here, first impression, you sit low in these Recaro sport seats. I can see the sides of the car really well, and that aggressive downward turning nose. It is really a nice place to be. Here in the back, it feels very spacious, and that is actually important because this is a large GT car. So this is a car you're going to take your mates to ski holiday with, and that is certainly possible. It's not a true two-seater because this can also fold up as a middle seat, but here in this central armrest, we have a lot of extra features: seat massage, seat cooling, seat heating, cup holders. Everything is here at my fingertips, which is very nice and also adds to that feel of luxury back here. Luxury you get because the materials are the same as in the front, very high quality, same speaker system, same everything, so that is really, really nice. And the same thing that's not nice in the front is the piano black back here. So around the windows and this whole center console is one slab of piano glossy black. Other than that, it does feel spacious thanks to the roof, which is highly necessary because the windows are very small and you don't have that rear window, so there's no light coming from the back. But because this roof actually goes all the way to the back of the car, like way behind my head, so that really creates a lot of extra light and volume back here. Other luxury things, same sustainable stuff as in terms of material use, but also the architecture of the battery allows for an extra space here for your feet, so you're not sitting with your knees up like you do in most EVs. So first impressions here are very good, very nice, and quite comfortable back here. Space-wise, I got 2 fingers, so good for me. I think if you're approaching 190, it's going to get a bit tight.